سبيل الدموع سبيل مريح، تنهدى يا صاحي كي تستريح، وبث الدعاء الخفي الصريح.
الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And we're now going to turn to types of filth. Okay, this is the next section, section 3 of our chapter. We're on chapter of Tahara, purification, and we will progress. This is quite a long chapter, so I can easily see this going into G's and L's and M's in terms of parts, because we've got a lot to discuss here. So stay patient, inshallah. So what is filth? Remember, I already told you that it's not what we would consider to be filth. Mud is considered to be filth according to an average person. Oil is considered to be filth according to an average person. But here we're talking about is the legally defined filth. So when I use the word filth, I'm talking about the legally defined one. I'm not talking about the everyday use of the language. Excuse me. It's that dirtiness which is necessary for a Muslim to be free from, and has to be washed away from his body, clothes, or area of worship. Otherwise, if the person's body, clothes, area of worship is not free from this filth, then the person's worship is not accepted. Okay, we saw the hadith earlier going back to, I can't remember which part, at-tahuru shatrul iman. So it's very important that the person is in this situation where they have removed this filth. And we know now what is a remover of filth. Okay, al-mutlaqul ma. Okay, sorry, al-ma'ul mutlaq rather. Got my mawsuf sifats mixed up there. Al-ma'ul mutlaq, absolute water. So the religion is based on purity and cleanliness. We know that, and it's just a little bit of reminder, both in a physical and spiritual capacity. And this is important that we understand that. We've now seen, obviously, in fact, previously, in days gone by, the West only started to understand the concept of personal hygiene and the various apparatus of cleanliness and the items to achieve cleanliness, the system of baths, all this sort of thing, the use of soaps, and the ithers, the perfumes. This only came about into Europe through Islamic Spain. This whole concept of personal hygiene, and this was developed and then taken on into the rest of the European world. And now you see, obviously, that the Western community is now, in quarters anyway, in some quarters it isn't, taking on personal hygiene even further. Sadly, in some situations, the Muslim communities have not lived up to these lofty principles, as I've already mentioned previously. The dental hygiene, the oral hygiene of Muslims should be the best. Why isn't it? Because we've left practicing upon the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. Personal hygiene should be the best. If it's not, why isn't it? Because we've left the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. Our homes should be the cleanest. Cleanest. They're not. Why not? Because we've left the path of the Prophet ﷺ. Our streets should be cleanest. Our towns should be the cleanest. And these are the lofty principles that we've got to live up to. So, legally defined filth is split into two broad areas. Okay, we have what's called actual filth, and we have what is called ritual filth. Okay, so we got actual filth and ritual filth. Yes, I was right. I don't know why I second guessed myself there. And this is where most of the discussion is now going to take place on, in terms of the actual and ritual filth. Won't stop. There you go. Now it stopped. So we'll leave it there. Wa akhiru da'wana and alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
وبث الدعاء الخفي الصريح، يسعك الفضل